Welcome to the Headspace and Tasting Podcast, where we talk manhood, tell stories, and discuss the stuff that matters to us one sip at a time. Welcome back, Kevin.
Hello, Matt. How you doing?
I'm good. Welcome back to our listeners. Thank you for listening to the Headspace and Tasting Podcast. We're happy to have you on this proper winter day in Missouri. Finally.
Nice and cold.
Cold, 20 degrees, some dry snow. And I think it's going to get above freezing tomorrow for the high and then drop back down. I think the high in the 20s on Monday again. So, proper winter day here. I like it. Went to the hockey game last night with my wife.
Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues. That was fun. Went to overtime, went to shootouts, and Blues won the shootouts against one of the best teams in the NHL right now. And the only two goals that Tampa Bay scored were on a power play, which was cool. It was a fun time. We sat up in the nosebleed seats, which really there's no bad seats at Scott Trade Center. You can see everything from everywhere. So it was great. Great fun.
Yeah, they do a good job with the glass. For you to be able to see, no matter where you sit, you can see out onto the rink there.
It's a fun time, man. I like the new theme this year. They're playing a lot of metal music and, hard rock stuff and playing into the whole blues theme music stuff for this area. Really fun times. And we actually stayed in a hotel. Drury Inn.
You did?
Yeah, Drury Inn Union Station.
Oh.
And it's an old hotel. They still have the old switchboard up where the bellhop used to sit and switch the phones. Phone light up and they could answer for room service or whatever.
Is any part of the old mall there open anymore?
I don't know.
On the backside?
Of the hotel?
Yeah.
I didn't see any.
That leads you out into the station itself?
That would be on the front side where the restaurant is. Lombardo's restaurant's right there. So maybe that's where the restaurant is at the old mall. Maybe. Okay. But they have a little bar in the front and a restaurant. Then you could go down to Lombardo's. And when we got there, they give you a drink card. You get 3 drinks on the house every night you stay there. And it was a waste on me. Just doing
Why was it a waste?
I didn't drink.
Why not?
Did we talk about our dry-ish January?
Yeah, I just wanted you to say it out loud.
Yeah. So I stayed strong. Didn't drink any alcohol at the game.
Congratulations. I bet that was tough.
It was. It's always nice to have a beer and a hot dog or a pretzel. But I had a bottle of water. That was it. Bottle of water and a Philly cheesesteak and some Dogtown pizza, which was okay. The cheesesteak was good.
The frozen Dogtown pizza is not bad at all.
Yeah, I heard the same for Emos, that the frozen Emos is a lot better than what you would get at the restaurant. But that's kind of like a joke here in St. Louis, the Emos pizza. It's like a inside joke that nobody really likes it. We just eat it because it's from St. Louis.
Yeah. Well, I had Domino's last night. Pizza Friday. We ate Domino's.
Oh, okay. Domino's is always good. I like it.
Something different. We don't eat it very much.
The surprising thing is Little Caesars is really good. And if you get it fresh, like you just call ahead and order.
Well, I missed the days of it being a $5 pizza.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Well, what is a hot and ready now? Is it $10 or $7 something?
8, maybe.
8. It's not expensive, but $5 is a lot better.
Yeah.
Makes it taste better when it's cheap, I think. So yeah, that was our weekend so far, and then we're tasting our bourbon today, which is my first sip of any alcohol since our last show.
Yeah, same here.
I'm feeling good, man. I'm down weight. I lost almost 3 pounds this week, and trending down again.
Tracking all your macros.
Yeah, I'm being super nerdy about it.
I haven't measured a single thing. Don't need to.
I like to. Keeps me focused. Okay. It's kind of like my budget, super obsessed with it. But the bourbon you brought today, it's a bourbon whiskey, right? In a pretty cool bottle, which usually is not a good sign when it's kind of in a, what would you call that type of bottle?
It's a guitar.
Yeah, it's a guitar with it's got a pick hanging off of it.
Yeah.
Usually those kind of bottles, they're overcompensating for what's inside. But
I don't think they did this time.
I don't think so either. Let's get into it.
Yeah, so what we're drinking today is 6th Street bourbon whiskey. It is the Select Stave Reserve, aged 10 years. I think it was released in 2023, and I say that because, well, number one, it's been on my shelf, and I don't keep receipts. Mm-hmm. But it was a one-time release. It's no longer on their website. I did contact them. They haven't responded to me. And the only thing I could find on their Facebook page is a single picture from 2023. Nowhere online, anywhere in any searches, does it come up anywhere else. Mm-hmm. I do know that when I did buy it, it cost about $70 on the secondary market. Right now, it is running around $90. And it is 100 proof. Like I said, it's aged 10 years. It was distilled in Indiana, our favorite location. Mm-hmm. And it was aged in Texas with the Dime Box? Yeah, the Dime Box Distillery. Aged there, and then it was finished with French oaks, or did I say French oak?
White. I think it's white.
White oak. White oak staves.
Toasted white oaks.
Yeah, staves. Finished that way in order to enhance the vanilla notes. Mm-hmm. And so
it's every bit of that 100 proof too. It's pretty alcohol forward.
Yes,
I would say. Beautiful color. In the bottle, it's a little bit lighter than what it looks in the glass, which is usually the opposite because the bottle's very thin, like a guitar.
Yep.
It's a, what did I put here? Caramel to mahogany, I guess, color.
Okay.
A little bit on the redder side, but long legs.
Long legs. It's more than that because this is the first one I've drank so far in which the legs actually just stick to the side of the glass.
Just like almost doesn't move.
Right.
So that's cool. What'd you get on the nose, Kevin? What'd you smell?
Well, for me, just like they said, they wanted to enhance vanilla notes, and it's exactly what came out for me was vanilla and also toasted marshmallow. And when I went in to taste it, full heat, front to back, full mouth feel. And again, the vanilla jumped out, red licorice a little bit. And what you said, when you sloshed it around in your mouth a little bit, the corn just jumped right out.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. So I got the vanilla also. Ethanol, because of the alcohol coming off. Red fruits. And then tasting it, I wrote like a nutty chocolate, like a chocolate, an almond Hershey's bar or something like that, but maybe a richer chocolate, something more real than Hershey's. But the red licorice, that's interesting. There's a bit of a candy-ish something in there. I couldn't figure out red licorice, something like that. But and then on the finish, corn, it was tannic. The heat comes through, made my mouth water instantly.
Still does.
Yeah.
The vanilla again came back. I mean, it's all the way all through the nose, the palate, and the finish. Mm-hmm. The vanilla's still there.
Yeah. Just
like they wanted it to be, I think. Yeah. Otherwise, they wouldn't advertise it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Also, cinnamon and black pepper come off the back end.
Cinnamon, for sure, yeah. So, as usual, stay tuned to the end of the show. You'll get our star rating. Out of 5 stars, we'll give it a rating. And talk about it a little bit more later.
Yes, we will.
Also, I guess if you're not already subscribed to the podcast on Spotify or YouTube, just please go ahead and do that. We would appreciate it. You could drop us a line on there, leave a comment of where you're listening from, and share us around if you think other people would want to hear what we have to say. You can email us at showmemk@gmail.com. That's M as in Matt and K as in Kevin. I was going to say Mike, but I was like, change my mind. Matt at gmail.com. Showmemk@gmail.com. You can talk to us there. Give us a bourbon selection if you want, but something we should buy and taste, or a topic, or if you want to be a guest on the show.
Yeah, I have a contest for all of our listeners.
Alrighty.
take a look at our Facebook page, scroll through it, and you tell me through comments on Facebook, what is it that we did to violate Facebook's community standards? Because they sent us an alert, and they're restricting our page from it being shared in their algorithms, strictly because we violated their community standards. But they don't tell me what standard we violated. Yeah. And I read through the standards, and I looked through our page. We didn't violate anything. So I'm appealing it.
In general, what are the standards? Like no violent...
Promoting violence, harassment, copying or just reproducing content of little value, which is so weird.
That is weird.
I don't understand what they're going with on that one. And then there was another one about social thing, like racism.
Okay.
That kind of thing. But nowhere in any of our posts, any of our publications, do we have anything that violates the community standards according to Facebook. So I challenge you in a contest to tell me what they are.
I bet it's going to be kind of like the topic we're going to talk about today, about being a man. Maybe that's it.
Could be.
I don't know. Yeah, who knows? That's one of the main reasons I got off Facebook, because it seemed that me being myself on Facebook was offensive to Facebook people. Whoever, I guess they have like people who just troll around Facebook looking for things that offend them so they could report it.
Well, if they're offended by something on our page, but there's a lot that they're skipping over on Facebook.
Yeah, for real. For real. So, anyway, speaking of, what do you got there, Kevin?
Oh,
well, I was going to say, speaking of being a man.
Well, I just had a couple of this day in history kind of things.
Oh, okay, cool.
So today, in 1946, on this date, the 17th, the United States purchased from Denmark 3 islands in the Caribbean known as St. Thomas, St. Croix, and St. whatever.
Yeah.
And they are now known as the U.S. Virgin Islands.
That's right.
Wow, we bought that from Denmark.
For $25 million.
Yes, which would have been $600 million in today's dollars.
Yeah, and I think the talk is buying Greenland for $400 billion.
Something like that.
Something like that. That's the offer on the table.
And it's not the first time, because back in 1946, or I'm sorry, actually, yes, 1946. Sorry, 1917 is when we purchased the U.S. Virgin Islands from Denmark.
1917.
On this date, the 17th, 1917.
Okay.
But it was flash forward to 1946, not the first time that we tried to purchase Greenland. President Harry Truman tried to buy it from Denmark for $100 million in gold.
Oof. What a deal. So gold is trading now for $4,500 an ounce. Wow.
Yeah. You missed out, Denmark.
Suckers.
Anyway, so you got that one going on. Yesterday, the 16th, 1991, Desert Storm kicked off.
Yeah. What was it, 100 hours later it was over?
Yes. Well, when the ground assault started, today was the start of all the air campaign.
Strikes. Okay.
And then back on the 15th, 2 days ago, Martin Luther King was born.
Okay.
And we got coming up in 2 days on the 19th, MLK Day.
Yeah.
National holiday.
Neat. There's always, like, it seems, always some very interesting things this day in history. Very rarely do I look up the date in history and nothing interesting is going on.
Yeah, and, you know, every year, I've been doing it for years and years and years. Every year I'll listen to Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream. I've been on the mountaintop speeches every year. Nice reminder.
Yeah, it is. It is a great man.
We can be in a better world.
Right.
By the way, the MLK statue that came down in the tornado here in St. Louis 8 months ago, I think, was restored and rededicated yesterday.
Oh, cool.
In the city of St. Louis.
Nice.
I didn't know there was one there, honestly. I plan on going down there to get my picture taken with it.
Yeah, neat. I've actually been to the where the march in Alabama.
Okay.
Selma, was it Selma, Alabama? I don't know.
Yeah.
Birmingham, and then the bridge, the famous bridge, and all that. Me and Caitlin stopped in there. And I guess they chose that state and area because it was like the Confederate capital was there. Like that's where, you know.
I mean, that's where everything was happening.
They have the Confederate White House to, you know, you can go look at. But
have you ever been to the Civil Rights Museum?
Yes.
Okay. That's an amazing.
It is.
Little museum. And to come out and see the spot where he was shot and killed, and then you look across the way to where the assassin came from, the shot, and you're going, how is it that all of you all are standing on this balcony
Didn't see him,
and you can't see 150 feet that some guy's standing there in a window with a rifle?
Yeah.
Amazing.
It is.
But that's a good place to go. Really check it out.
Mm-hmm. So speaking of good men, there's my speaking of moment.
Yeah.
You are currently reading an interesting book, that Poems and Prayers by Matthew McConaughey. And I'm not saying Matthew McConaughey is a good man, but he seems to have his head on straight. I don't know him personally, but he's an interesting guy. Very eclectic. A deep thinker. He, like at one point, I remember he made a conscious effort to like, I'm not doing these bullcrap movies anymore. He's going to do stuff that really has meaning to it.
Yeah.
And,
the romantic comedies he quit doing.
Okay. So this book just came out a few months ago, Poems and Prayers. And it's kind of like poems and prayers that he's had throughout his life from when he was a young man up till today, right?
Right.
And this one poem that you pulled out is titled Good Man. You want to read it?
Sure. Good Man by Matthew McConaughey. There's a difference between a good man and a nice guy. A good man stands for certain ideals, and when those beliefs are contested, a good man is not a nice guy.
So that says a lot, man. And that immediately brought me back to the Book of Five Rings that we talked about by Miyamoto Musashi. It's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. But that's actually not the quote from the Five Rings. Oh, shoot, I just lost it. There it is. It's best to possess strength, discipline, and preparedness, even in peaceful times, so you can protect your calm and face life's inevitable chaos effectively, rather than being soft and unskilled when suddenly confronted with conflict. So, to me, that would be a good man. You have the capability, but you don't. You choose not to. Whereas a nice guy would be like the gardener in a war. You're not, if you just go around trying to please everybody and keep everybody happy, you're not standing up for yourself. You basically have no spine.
Right.
Type of thing, right? That's kind of what I got from this Good Man poem. I wrote some notes like a good man stands for certain ideals. And I wrote on here, every man needs to know what those ideals are. Like you need to do some self-discovery and figure out what those ideals are that you're going to stand for.
Oh, very much so. Because the rest of it doesn't matter.
It doesn't. Yeah. And then when it comes time to, when those are contested, you have to decide contested by whom. So if some of my ideals are contested by somebody I love, I'm going to treat that interaction a lot differently than if they're being contested by somebody who's trying to challenge me in a way that's saying I'm their enemy because of the ideals that I cherish.
Yeah, it's kind of. Did you say identity? No, you said enemy. I mean, it's kind of, when it comes to good men, most good men know their identity.
Yes.
And that's the problem with nice guys, because they mold to what other people want. They adapt to whatever's happening, and because of that, they always come across as being wishy-washy.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and I think as a woman, I would say, like, if like my daughter, when she grows up, I would say, you want to find a good man. Don't look for the nice guy, because a nice guy is usually trying to deceive you when it comes to dating or whatever. You know, if a nice guy is coming and he's just nice, everything, oh, he's such a nice guy. No, I want my daughter to come and say, Dad, I found a really good man that I would like to date. That's what I want to hear from my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so young men, single men, be a good man. Don't be a nice guy. Because sometimes there's a woman that's going to challenge your ideals, and you need to decide, I am not going to compromise what I truly stand for just to please a girl. That's all, you know.
Yeah, and I've never actually paid attention to that too much until I was doing a little bit of research on this and realized that, oh, I've experienced that, and I've given similar advice on this very thing. And that when it comes to relationships from a man to a woman, there's a reason why a woman may be attracted to you, willing to have a relationship with you, and it's because of who you are, how you identify yourself. But when it becomes problematic is, as a man, you start devoting all of your attention and time towards her. Mm-hmm. And to the point where she would actually become a little overwhelmed or maybe feel intruded upon.
Smothered.
Yes, yeah. Smothered's a good example for what's happening. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't recognize it. He thinks he's putting all his attention towards her.
Right.
And that's not healthy, because what happens is the things that she's finding attractive in you, and let's say your hobbies or your profession or the things that you just like to do, that she finds interesting. And suddenly you start to neglect those things, or you start to cast them to the side because you want to spend all your time with her. Yeah. And she's saying, nope. And I didn't know it, but I actually had a relationship like that when I was in college, early on.
Did you?
In college, in which it morphed that way to the point where she's like, I'm done.
So you were changing and compromising who you were at the core to try to please her?
Without even knowing it.
Yeah.
And, it just
Well, we could
happens.
tell also there are women out there who will try to manipulate men into molding these guys into, somebody they can control and, that kind of stuff. Those women do exist.
Yes, which we said that was one of the big issues when it comes to a relationship, what is it that you find attractive to a man to begin with?
Yeah.
And then after you end up getting married, you suddenly try to change them.
Yeah.
Well, why are you trying to change them? Because you're changing them away from the things you liked them for in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know if I told this story on the show before. If I have, stop me. But I was dating a woman. I was a single dad at the time, had the 2 boys. It was me and them. And I guess I've been dating this woman for about a month or 2, maybe 2 months. And the boys' mom was supposed to pick them up and take them to baseball practice. I think it was like a Thursday night, something. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. I got a free night. I'm going to go out with this woman. And we made plans. And, 4:30 rolls around, 5 o'clock. Mom's not there to get them, to take them to baseball practice. And I was like, well, I got to get them practice at 5:30. I got to go. I'm taking them myself. Called this woman up, said, hey, sorry, I got to cancel. Their mom flaked out, and I got to get them to baseball practice. And her response was like, sucked her teeth, like, is it going to be like this all the time? And she was upset because I was canceling to go take care of my children. And I said, well, actually, you don't have to worry about it anymore because we're done. And that was it. I didn't even hesitate and think about it. She's a beautiful woman, redhead, gorgeous woman, But, dude, I'm not going to compromise my position as a father. Like, what do you want me to do? Leave my kids at home alone so I can go out with you? Are you crazy? Like, we're not married. I'm not choosing you over my children. And but I didn't even bother having that conversation with her. I just said, all right, See you later. Moving on. Plenty of other women out there.
Right.
You know. So that was, you know, when I realized, like, oh, I actually do, and I realized before then, but I have self-worth. Like, my time is valuable, and I'm going to hold my time is precious, right? So I have time with my children, but the time I don't have my children with me, I want to live my life. And that was, that to me, when I stood my ground there, I was like, yeah, that felt good to do that.
Speaking of your self-worth,
Uh-huh.
which we all know what it is. We've talked about it several times. Have you ever heard of a statement or a word called tweakments?
Tweakments?
Treatment? Tweakment?
No.
Tweakment?
No, I have not.
Apparently this is the latest thing when it comes to plastic surgery. And it's men.
Dude.
I
thought that was like a high school girl word. Like something they came up with in high school.
Cosmetic tweakments.
Oh my goodness.
It's like I got a speech impediment.
Yeah.
And apparently there are a lot of men, and it's all ages. So first it was always the typical, I need to do hair replacement or something like that, or you're going to get liposuction things. It's a little different now. And it has to do with things such as using bioplastic infused thread to sew into the face and neck and tugging it to get rid of sagging skin. And so let me caveat this. A lot of it comes from the popular use of Ozempic now and other weight loss drugs, rapid weight loss, because people don't want to work hard.
Yeah.
So you do the rapid weight loss through a drug and you have saggy, loose skin. So what do you do with it? Well, that's what you do with it. Versus if you were to have a steady diet, a good workout routine, because you're looking to lose weight and build strength at the same time.
Yeah.
Over time, your skin will tighten naturally.
Up. Right.
Well, this doesn't. So you had things like this. And
I just got to say, Kevin, like, this is making me incredibly angry right now.
Okay.
This.
Oh, cool. I got more to tell you. So Dr. David Schaefer out of New York City's Elite Schaefer Clinic on Fifth Avenue.
Oh, shocking.
He had a quote. Men are more open, educated, and proactive about addressing concerns related to confidence, body image, and aging. I would say they're uneducated.
He uses the term man loosely there.
Maybe. I don't know.
I wouldn't call somebody a man. Like, dude, to be a man is like go bald, shave your head, grow a beard, work out, own it.
So tummy tucks and chest lifts.
Oh my gosh.
Have increased. Gynecomastia surgery, which is like
man boobs.
Yes. Botox, skin tightening, sculpting, rhinoplasty, eyelid surgery. Maybe that's what J.D. Vance had. I don't know. I don't know. I can't say for sure. Men prioritize natural-looking outcomes that preserve masculine anatomy.
So you're keeping your penis attached, but everything else you're doing like a woman.
And then he later said the goal is to look proportionate, confident, and refreshed without obvious signs of intervention.
Dude, people still think Robert Redford is good looking. People think Harrison Ford is good looking. Today, women look at Harrison Ford. He's what, like 75 years old, something like that, and they're like, "Damn, how does he still look so good?" Yeah, because he didn't mess his face up. He just aged, and he's confident, in his masculinity.
Yeah, take a look at Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, it's so creepy, man.
Yeah,
so creepy.
And that's my point. My point is that quick fixes, drugs, things like that.
You're just chasing a dragon, man.
Right. That's I'm going to take that as the nice guy approach versus the good man approach, and what you're going to work towards being better.
It's creepy as hell. Eventually, you're going to be Caitlyn Jenner. That's what you're doing. You're doing plastics. Eventually, you're going to keep going further and further until you're unrecognizable as a human being. This makes me so angry, dude.
Well, good, because I wasn't going to mention it, but I am, because I just want to keep, fueling your fire a little bit. Because as far as masculinity, the new one is in order to get a little bit of more length, now they're using things it's called swag.
Length and what? Their hair?
Schaefer width and girth, otherwise known as swag. using hyaluronic acid dermal fillers.
Oh my gosh! So they're injecting this stuff into their penis?
Yes.
Oh no!
Now, come on. I had to keep digging into it a little bit more, and I looked up some of the studies and going, what's the issue here?
You weren't looking at before and after pictures, were you?
No. But I will tell you that whoever these guys are that are doing it are not paying attention to what women like.
Exactly.
Because the average size for a man is 5.4 to 6 inches. Okay. That's the average size. You know what the average size that a woman prefers in a man?
5.4 to 6.
5.5.
There you go.
So you're already in the range. Why are you trying to get out of control?
Ego.
I think it's ego, but I think it's also because we've been so exposed in our lifetimes, especially young boys.
Pornography,
to pornography.
Yeah.
And this is what they see. And they're going, if I don't do that, I'm horrible. And it's terrible.
Dude. Man, I tell you what, I've been kicked in the junk a couple times when I was in my fighting days, and it made me wish I had I was like, I wish I could make this smaller so I didn't get kicked. Dude, these guys have obviously lost their way. They're completely lost in what true masculinity is. Read the Bible. Like, dude, you go read the Bible about like what real man is, and that's all you need to worry about. You don't need to worry about your physical appearance. I've seen some of the ugly dudes that I'm like, how did that guy get this beautiful wife? Look at me, for example. Look at my beautiful wife.
Right.
I'm like, I'm 46 years old. We've been together for about 6 years now total, 7 years. And I think the thing that attracted her to me was I was serious about my profession. And I was like, when I'm at work, I'm no nonsense. I'm a provider. I took care of my boys as a single parent. And there was like an edge of danger to me, like their potential. Like I was, that kind of stuff. Like you can be secure when you're with me. You can be you're safe. And I think that's the type of things. But I was also polite, and I like opened the doors for her. I was chivalrous, I guess would be the word. And that's the type of things that attract women, not the bulge in your pants that's synthetically enhanced and your lifted eyebrows and your tight face.
Well, this is what I'm saying. I think it is a clear example of nice guy versus good guy, because what you're doing as the nice guy with everything I just described is nothing but external validation.
Like you're like a male peacock. Like you're just trying to put all these brilliant colors out there, but there's no substance behind it.
Right. This is the difference between a good man who has self-worth and a nice guy. Because when it comes to that, self-worth has nothing to do with whatever happens or procedures or someone else. It has everything to do with us. We're the ones who provide our own self-worth. Nobody else does.
No. Right.
And so anything else that you're going to do, you're going to be disappointed eventually.
It's a great filter. Also, like if you know who you are on the inside and you know your self-worth and you're confident in that and you're standing firm, it's going to filter out all the women who are going to waste your time and the women who are going to hurt you and use you and all that kind of stuff. Like, it's going to really whittle it down to a smaller pool to draw from. And you're not going to be wasting your time, man. You'll find somebody that was like, oh, dude, this makes me so upset. I feel so bad for these guys who are doing this. I feel terrible. Like, what is going on, man? Like, I want to snatch them out of New York and bring them to the Midwest. And
how do you know it's limited there?
Oh, I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's not. But just what you referenced was in New York.
Yes.
But I'm sure there are people here in St. Louis who are doing this. And they're probably like in their late 20s, early 30s. And it's all social media, the social engineering that's going on. Gosh dang it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Go watch a Tom Selleck movie. Go watch, what's that one where Quigley Down Under?
Yeah.
Go be a man.
Right.
Grow a mustache and shoot a rifle. Ride a horse.
Yeah, I do like the end of that movie when he gets shot with the pistol, the bad guy, and Quigley walks up to him and he says, he goes, I never said I didn't know how to shoot a pistol.
Yeah, because he's a rifleman the whole movie.
Right.
And he thought he could get him in a pistol. Yeah, man, I just reference like these. Oh, goodness.
Well, and that's what it is, because good men will value their health and fitness.
Yeah.
And a nice guy will get what they can get.
Yeah, like fake abs tattooed on or something stupid.
You're right. And, it all comes down to establishing a routine, developing a habit about everything you do. Fitness is one thing. So you have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
You're not going to get results in 2 days.
No.
No one will.
No.
You have to stick with it, but you develop a process and a pattern, and
Discipline.
you do it. Yes, every single day, and you improve on it, and you get better and better, because that's what it's going to do. It's going to teach you discipline.
Yeah.
But it's also going to it's a mood booster for you.
Right.
We talked about that, the dopamine effect that comes from working out.
Yeah.
But it's going to break your negative patterns as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's just one of those things. If you want to do it right, start exercising, and your clothes will fit better.
Right.
And you don't have to go get some weird surgery to make your clothes look nicer.
And the weird thing, us as men, you might not even lose weight, but your body composition will change, and your clothes will fit differently. Men have more testosterone, so you're going to grow, like, oh, man. This really makes me upset. But, I can't, I guess I shouldn't judge other people, but dang it.
Right. There was a time.
It's not a hard formula. But it's hard to do. The formula to do it is not difficult to figure it out, what you have to do, but to actually put it in a plan, it's hard.
Willingness.
And these guys are taking the easy way out that's actually perverted in some way. Like, dude, you're messing with what God gave you. You're screwing up the artist's product. Like,
well, sure. Yeah. I remember the heaviest I ever weighed was 294.
Okay.
That's the most I ever weighed in my life. And at the time where I worked was about a 50-minute commute. About 50 minutes. And I was drinking 2 44-ounce Mountain Dews.
Whoa.
Plus a 24-ounce bottle.
That's 44 ounce? That's 1 liter, isn't it?
Every day.
Oh, my gosh.
Drinking that every day. And I had a desk job. And every afternoon I would drive home from work. And I would get so tired falling asleep at the wheel that I couldn't make that 50-minute commute, and I would stop at a designated space 30 minutes from the house, in which I stopped almost every day, and I would take a small nap.
Man, that's scary.
Wake up and drive back home. And I realized then that I am out of control.
You were probably type 2 diabetic or pre-diabetic.
Oh, very much so. I probably was. I never went to a doctor or tested or anything like that. But it was that moment when I said, I've got to do something different.
Yeah, right.
And I did. I actually started to eat better, work out, and, working out is slow when you first start. And, I've got all this fat laying all over my body.
Well, the thing, too, is like you're going to take 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And that's just the way it is.
Yeah. And I didn't get down to a weight that I found to be acceptable for almost a year. But in that year, I lost 94 to 24. What is that? 70 pounds naturally.
Right.
And you know what? My skin tightened up with it.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't need to do anything weird.
Yeah, it was kind of the same situation. I was 250 pounds, and I'm a little bit shorter. I'm 6 foot, 250 pounds. And I was pre-diabetic, pre-hypertension, all that stuff. Like my blood, I remember exactly the moment. I got blood work done. My testosterone was down in the double digits. My blood pressure was triple digits on both, both of them. And I was like, holy cow, I'm about to get type 2 diabetes and might have a stroke and a heart attack and all this stuff. Not only that, if something were to happen where I need to physically act, I couldn't. I wouldn't be capable. Like and so that like was a shot in the arm for me. It was like, holy cow, I got to get my stuff together and do something about this.
Right.
And so my weight loss was quick. Like I got down to like 230 quickly, but then it just kind of stalled. But I couldn't figure out what was going on. And then I got down a little bit more, and I was like starving myself and doing all this stuff. What I figured out was my sleep was terrible, so I had to get on CPAP to get that stuff right. My macros, so that's why I'm so insane about my macros right now, because I actually like figured it out, the code for my body. It's not the same for everybody, but what was happening was my muscle mass was staying the same or increasing, which is weird for me because I grew up as a super skinny kid my whole life, but now that I'm older, I can put on muscle mass. And
well, and your sleep apnea statement is very accurate, because when I was heavy as I was, I had a big old fat neck. You couldn't even tell I had a neck. It was so fat.
Yeah.
And I snored all night long. I thought I was sleeping good. My wife used to complain about it. You know what? I don't even do it anymore.
Right.
I mean, that's all gone.
It's crazy, man.
I don't have to go through and do some weird health procedures. Now, I am not saying that people have health issues that require intervention, stuff like that. What I am saying is, naturally, no matter what your circumstances, you can take charge of your health and do something about it.
Like type 2 diabetes is completely reversible with diet and exercise. That's a fact. But I'm not a doctor, and I'm not giving medical advice. But I've seen people get amputations from type 2 diabetes when all they had to do was stop eating ice cream and drinking soda and move a little bit. And you could have not lost your leg. Like, come on, man. What are we doing?
Yeah. And just do it, right? I mean, it's the Nike motto.
Yeah.
Buy Nike stock and also follow their motto. Right. Just do it. And that's the same thing between good guys and nice guys, is a good man will cultivate a hobby or hobbies, plural, where a nice guy will just sit around and never try anything new.
Dude, here's what we were talking before we started recording, right? So we went out last night to the hockey game. We stayed at the hotel, woke up this morning. They had buffet breakfast downstairs. But I knew, like, I don't want to eat. I don't know what kind of eggs those are, the powdered eggs, or what is this junk? So we were like, okay, we're going to go to a cafe somewhere, get something to eat. But that turned into like, there's only street parking downtown, and we just bought this new minivan. I'm not sure, new to driving it and all that. And so I was like, well, we'll go closer to home and get something. And we drove by a sign for Cracker Barrel. And, it was like, oh, somebody said, let's go to Cracker Barrel. And I'm like, I just can't. I don't want to do the temptation. I don't want to, because when I go there, I want to eat pancakes and biscuits. That's all I want. So I was like, no, I got to get home. I want to weigh and scan, which is my Saturday routine. Every Saturday I weigh myself and do a body scan to see if I need to make any adjustments to my diet and whatever, which sounds super anal and
kind
OCD.
Of
obsessive. But I found when I give myself an inch, I'll take a yard when it comes to my routine and fitness and diet routines. So I have to be very strict on myself. And I just stood my ground. Like, I'm not going to Cracker Barrel. I'll be too tempted. I'll probably break. I said, but we'll go to Chick-fil-A. You can get Chick-fil-A. And I'm not going to get anything, though. Just know that. And, it causes a little tension in the conversation. It does. But I had to lovingly explain, and I probably didn't explain it as lovingly as I should have. But like, look, if I let off on the gas a little bit, it's going all the way off, and I'm going to go off the rails, and we'll be eating ice cream for lunch. So I know I have to stay disciplined, and that's just me. Some other people can like, yeah, I'll go to Cracker Barrel. I'll just order steak and eggs and a black coffee and be good.
Well, I mean, that's a good man characteristic, because you are direct in your communication.
Yes.
A nice guy will never take a position.
Yeah, he'd be like, okay, whatever you want. Well,
Yeah. Which again, it is an example of negative self-worth. I mean, that's really what it is. If you can't state your position or at least provide an answer to what someone's asking you.
Yeah, I think the struggle is doing it kindly. So there's a difference between being kind and being nice, right?
Well, yeah. Right.
So I struggle with the kindness, especially in my speech. I come off really harsh and like almost overly direct.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a difference between being kind and being nice as well.
Yeah, for sure.
And knowing the difference. I mean, I think that's one of the important things.
Yeah. But just the fact that people can recognize that in themselves, saying, okay, I know I'm harsh and I'm direct, so I need to speak in a kind manner. I guess I'm tooting my own horn a little bit here. I don't know. But I struggle with this. This is something that I'll blurt something out and I'm like, ooh, that had too sharp of an edge on it. I need, need to think, then speak.
Yes.
But we're all a work in progress, man. That's the whole point of it. Like you were talking about, you can't take shortcuts for this stuff. If you go get some, what was that thread called? Like some weird fishing line in your face to pull your eyes up.
I don't know. I already tossed my notes to the side.
It's disgusting, dude. You honestly think women are attracted to that? Really what they're probably attracted to is you have the type of disposable income to put all that crap in your face and needles in your wiener. And they're like, oh, he can buy me a Benz. So I'm just going to pretend I like him.
Could be. Don't know.
Oh, man.
But one of the things you can do to make sure that you got to get some self-awareness, understand who you are, right? Start working on your identity, because your identity is not your job.
Yes.
And I would say your identity is not your family either.
No.
As important as they are. And you have to know when you got to be able to take control of your self-talk, all your negativity.
Yeah.
Last week I talked about the pity party.
Yeah.
You only get 3 days.
That was one of the 27 things. Stop your negative self-talk this year.
And, a nice guys are controlled by it. They'll say things like, I'll never make it. She'll never go out with me. Women aren't attracted to me. And the more and more that you say it, you become that person.
Dude, I was such a negative self-talk, like in high school. I was like, tried to hide my whole life. Like I felt like I was in prison. Like nobody noticed me. I just wanted to survive this and get out of here type of guy. One day I was feeling my oats, and the most beautiful girl in school happened to be a grade below me. And it was coming time for like homecoming dance, I think it was. And I just blurted out like, oh, I bet I'm going to go to homecoming with her. And everybody's like, yeah, right. You're not going to ask her, whatever, type of conversation at the table, where I thought I'm just trying to act tough in front of these guys. And they were like, I bet you won't go ask her. I bet you won't. I was like, I bet I will. And then I was like, it's like the triple dog dare scene from Christmas Story. I was like, oh crap, I got to actually do this. So I went up, introduced myself. I was like, I know you don't know me, but do you want to go to homecoming? Would you like to go to homecoming with me? I want to take you. And she said yes. And then I was really scared. I was like, oh crap, she said yes. Now I got to pretend like I'm this, outgoing, confident guy. But that was like, you never know, dude. Take the swing. You're not going to hit a home run unless you swing the bat.
The George Costanza moment in the diner when he walks up to the beautiful woman who looked at him.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, my name's George. I'm unemployed. I live with my parents. And she responds with, hello.
Hello. Dude, confidence gets it, dude. That's what a woman wants. Somebody who's confident in themselves.
Right. Direct in communication.
Yep.
Again, nice guys never take a position. But so, effective communication is obviously being respectful at the same time. That's one of the things that we should always be working on.
Yeah.
But that's another thing about being a good man is a good man is willing to face rejection.
There you go.
And, and that's actually a really, really good thing because it teaches you what you're doing wrong. And, you know, you take it head on, you figure it out, and you go, okay, I know what I'm not supposed to do next time.
Yeah.
And you learn from it.
Yeah, there's so many things in my adult life where I felt like, oh, this is going to end horribly, but I'm going to give it a hell of a shot. And then it worked out great, fine. And I was like, whoa, yeah. And it's a big confidence booster. You know, like, there's a bunch of examples as men, like, where you're scared to death, but you do it anyway. That's the definition of bravery, right?
Yeah, don't fall into the nice guy syndrome.
No. Yeah, it's gross. You'll
be a good man.
End up putting fishing line in your face and looking like Sylvester Stallone.
Right.
What's he like? Is he 80 now?
I don't know.
And he's still all jacked and vascular. Think of how much human growth hormone and steroids and stuff that guy's on.
All that. It's just his face. His face is scary looking.
Yeah, but his whole body. In other words, I saw a video of him like lifting fake weights, trying to like pretend like he's still super strong. And come on, man.
Yep. Kind of funny.
It's very funny. It's maddening, actually. It makes I like.
Yeah, because it kind of took me a step further. You know, when I was doing all this, it was almost like a rabbit hole search. I was just looking for a couple basic things on good guy, nice guy.
Yeah.
Help me articulate a little bit. And I started finding these other things, you know, the Tweakments. And then the other latest one, which apparently this was an article published back on the 15th about health-obsessed bros have a new thing to hate, their underwear. And no, they're not going commando.
Okay.
It's about getting rid of all things, polyester underwear and wearing natural fiber clothes.
Yeah.
And the fear is about the forever chemicals and things like that and microplastics that are in polyester.
Right.
And it's getting into the men's skin. It's causing them to not be as fertile.
It's going to lower their testosterone.
Right.
Yeah. So when you brought this up to me yesterday, I'm like, yeah, I get it, man. I don't know what you're talking about. I understand.
I think what it was, what I didn't get is, you know, there's a whole article about this. And I think what it is
it's a bit much.
There's already 100% cotton underwear. I mean, that's what I wear now. I mean, it's natural.
It's not a new thing, dude.
So it's not like, but I think it's kind of hidden advertising.
What was my first question to you was like, how many push-ups are they doing every day? Right. You're worried about your underwear, but can you run up?
Oh no, there was a picture of one of the guys that they interviewed who is standing in front of a gym in front of a mirror while he's exercising with his brand new shorts that he was wearing.
He probably had a few Tweakments done though.
Yeah, he could have. Who knows?
If you look in a mirror while you're exercising, you need to grow a mustache.
But outside of the forever chemicals, the whole microplastic thing.
It's definitely a concern, but I don't know if your underwear is the number one. Like, you probably should have eliminated every other possible, outcome. Like, what concerns me is that all of our food comes in wrapped in plastic.
Yeah.
That concerns me way more, or bottled water in plastic bottles. The underwear that I wear is probably the last thing I would wear.
Right. Well, I just want to calm all the men down who are freaking out about microplastics and stuff like that in their underwear. And it's going to cause them to, lower their sperm count.
No.
It's not accurate.
Yeah.
It doesn't match the science, actually. And so far, out of any studies that have been done, there has been no connection between a loss in male fertility and sexual health as a result of migroplastics in your clothes.
If anything, it's the tightness of the underwear you're wearing. If your underwear is too tight and constrictive, our bits, our dangly bits are on the outside for a reason, and it's for temperature regulation. And if you're constricting that and holding it too close to your body, you're going to be overheated. That's going to affect your fertility.
Yeah, I do like the name of one of these brands for the underwear that they referenced in here.
Mm-hmm.
Nads.
Oh yeah, I know that brand.
Okay, there you go.
But man, just switch to boxer. Like I swear, my entire time I was in the Army, I didn't wear underwear when I was in uniform. Never. When I was wearing BDUs, I did not have underwear on. And for about half my career, I didn't even wear socks in my combat boots.
Yeah, that one's kind of odd.
Because I wanted my feet to be tough, and they sure got tough. I'm paying for it now.
Mm-hmm.
We always used to say, right? There's a thin line between hard and stupid. So I definitely went on the stupid side a lot of times.
I'm glad you said it. If I said it, you would have got mad.
Nah, man.
Yeah, so I had one more.
So, yeah, speaking of low fertility, go on to the next story. This one, I probably had the best laugh I've had in about 6 months after you just read the headline, like the first couple sentences, and I said, stop, we got to talk about this while we're recording.
Okay, so this is a real thing, Matt.
Okay.
And it's nationwide, based on the responses I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
And it is something called a trad son, or a hub son.
Yeah.
Hub son.
Sounds incestuous.
I know, it's pretty scary. And it's someone, this is the definition, someone who lives at home with his parents, often rent-free, and takes on domestic duties like cooking, cleaning, and errands, mirroring the traditional wife role, but for his parents, in exchange for room and board, instead of pursuing traditional employment or independence. Now, there's nothing traditional about that whatsoever.
Absolutely not.
Pretty freaking scary.
Yeah, you talk about making my blood boil. Like,
So I found another cool article about it. Apparently this has been going on for a while.
Really?
And then there was a candidate or a contestant on Jeopardy back in May who, when they did the introductions,
Yeah.
he described himself as a professional stay-at-home son, which got some laughs. And then he kind of described it. Now,
Yeah, they're laughing at you, not with you.
I didn't like the art. So the article I'm referencing right now is called "Stay-at-Home Sons Are Here and They're Not Going Anywhere." And I was not a fan of the article because their definitions of the trad son are not valid. For instance, someone who moved back home to take care of an ailing blind mother.
Okay. I could see that.
Or someone who graduated college with a master's in like political science. No one's going to hire you, sorry.
Yeah, moved to D.C. with all the other scumbags.
And he's trying to find a job.
Okay.
So he's still at the house. Okay, I kind of get that.
Sure.
But the ones that are in here who just strictly decided, I'm going to go home and live off my parents.
Yeah, if you say you're a professional stay-at-home son, I mean, we used to call that a loser.
Yeah.
Back in my day.
Mm-hmm. The other part of it is they described their upbringing or their cultural history. So they're talking about Filipino and Indian families, things like that. Well, that's natural. That's what they do. You know, American families traditionally, Americans don't do that. We stay at home, we get out, we start our own lives, start doing something.
Yeah.
But if you look at other parts of the world,
sure,
families living together is normal.
Yeah, like Italy, you would have like a four-floor home. And by generation, as you get older, you move up a floor. So it's like great-grandma, great-grandpa live on the 4th floor. Grandma, grandpa on the 3rd. Mom and dad on the 2nd. And then you and your family are on the 1st. But you all eat together. It's communal. You live, But those houses have been in their families for generation upon generation upon generation. And but here in America, we have a tradition of westward expansion, independence, self-reliance. But there is the other side of the argument, the economy, the stuff that's going on today, the affordability. Like, dude, can you go get an apartment today? Like, I think my rent was
same price as a house.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
My rent was $297 a month for a 1-bedroom efficiency apartment. It had 1 bedroom and the living room / kitchen.
Now they're running $1,800 a month.
Yeah.
For our area.
It's insane, man. So I can understand, but dude, if you're living at home with your parents, you better be paying some rent and you need to be doing some stuff around the house to help out as well.
Yeah, here's a good example from one of the gentlemen one of these trad sons
who
lived there. He spends most of his time in his parents' basement in Illinois playing PGA Tour on PlayStation. Now, how are you going to eventually do something with your life and get out and take advantage of what's going on around you? There's something with the upbringing here.
Where's his dad?
As well.
Does he talk about his father at all?
In this there are no mentions of fathers ever in this article.
Yeah. And if there is a father in the mix and they're not mentioned in the article, you're the nice guy we were talking about earlier. You're not a good man.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a woman. I can only imagine what you're feeling if you decide you think you're going to go out on a date with someone and he says, "Oh, I live at home." "Oh, what do you do?" "Oh, nothing."
I play PGA. I'm a professional stay-at-home son.
Right.
I'd be like, "Well, who's paying for this meal we're having right now?"
Oh, no, the mom.
Mom gives him his credit card or something?
There's statements in here in this article in which the mom actually gives out the credit card and says, go do whatever.
Oh, so that's called enabling. That's very unhealthy and damaging to a psyche.
And codependency.
I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychiatrist, but holy moly, man.
Yeah. It's actually a trad son movement, and probably one of the worst things that we can have happening.
Yeah, Russia could definitely invade us at any point. And who's going to defend us? The old men? Us old men? We're going to be the only ones. Gen Alpha and us, Gen Xers. Everybody else in between will be like, just leave me alone. Let me play PlayStation. You can plant your flag wherever you want.
There's one person in here who said eventually he does hope to find a wife and fulfill what he calls a traditional role of husband as provider and protector. How are you going to do that? You have no work history.
You don't even know how to provide and protect yourself, dude.
Right. I mean, the logic here is remarkable.
You know what would help? You know, like when kids are young and they get a pet hamster or something like that they have to take care of, and they realize how much of a pain in the butt it is to take care of something that's helpless and defenseless. It's like, I think there's great value in that. You have to clean it, clean out the kennel, feed it, water it, keep up, play with it, keep it in, happy, and like there's something really about that. Do kids still do that? Get hamsters or goldfish or whatever to take care of on their own?
Mine wanted a guinea pig not too long ago. I said no.
Yeah, my brother had a guinea pig, and he loved it. Like, he took great care of it, and he turned out to be a great father. He loves his children and does very good at taking care of them.
This quote I like: "I just don't want to have to rent. My parents are happy with barbecue every weekend. We have a Thanksgiving dinner every month. I smoke a turkey breast, sometimes pork, and a lot of chicken." If all your parents want out of you is to cook for them,
I just realized what the solution is. Reinstate the draft. Reinstate the draft. And guess what? You can go join the military, and you'll get the GI Bill. You'll get the VA loan for a home, and you'll learn some valuable skills.
Yeah, I was looking at the comments because sometimes you find some good wisdom in comments.
Sure. Yeah,
I found that if he wants to be a trad son, he needs to go to war and then get married if he survives.
There you go. Yeah, nothing to boost your testosterone more than a fear of a horrific death.
Yeah. And I don't know. I don't even know who the woman was. There's somebody on YouTube who has 4 million followers, and it's called Truth is in the Comments, or This is the Place for Comment. I don't know. And I watched the video in which she dialogued this thing and walked through it, and her commentary on it is spot on.
Good. I want you to, if you can, post those pictures of the article that you printed out on our Facebook page.
Well, I don't know. I've already violated the community standards
so you
once.
can see how creepy this mother is. Like having her legs draped over her son while he's knitting.
Yeah.
And it's freaking creepy.
Wearing his strawberry apron.
It's like, I'm sure there's movies out there of like an over-controlling.
She's resting at the pool while he's cleaning it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, in full transparency, those pictures I showed you, that we described.
That's the dude.
They actually stated these are staged. We do it for fun because he runs a TikTok page in which he's making a killing off of everybody following him and promoting it.
Okay, so he's playing a character probably to make money.
But he really does.
He does live like that?
Yes.
But he's probably
not
making
to
more
that
money
extreme.
So look, somebody who's living with their parents, paying rent because they can't afford, and they play video games, but they're streaming on Twitch and YouTube, and they have an income stream, and they're actually making money. They're being an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Like, okay, cool, man. You're making money, and you're doing what you like to do to make money. I don't blame them at all. I don't blame them at all.
Yeah. So he is promoting it and creating that from an advertisement, monetizing
this guy figured
it.
out a niche, and he's making money.
But it's also his lifestyle.
Is it his lifestyle because he can make money doing it?
Well, it started that way.
He started, and then he was like, I should document this on
And he's still
TikTok
living at home. But you got all these people that are following going, man, that's what I want to do.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
I want to hang out in my parents' basement and do nothing but
make TikTok videos that
play PS4.
5 people watch. And
right.
I think they're on PS6 now, Kevin. So,
are they?
Yeah.
Okay. They want to play Call of Duty and think they're a badass and they couldn't pick up a rifle in real life to save their lives. First time somebody goes shooting at them, they're just going to start wetting their pants.
Yeah, I remember watching my kids play Call of Duty, and I was like, what are you doing jumping around? Like, you're just jumping up and down and back and forth, and so you don't get shot? Like, that doesn't work in real life, right? Somebody's just going to throw a grenade and kill you.
So, speaking of weapons, there was, it was reported yesterday, there was someone where I used to live, my old subdivision.
Mm-hmm.
Someone was walking around protesting.
Mm-hmm.
It was a single individual. He had an AR strapped to his back.
Yeah.
Walking around with the flag that said F Trump.
Oh, God bless him.
People were freaking out because he was at a bus stop.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, no.
Right. Well, what my response to that was, he's protesting. He just happens to be at the bus stop because the bus stop's at the top of the subdivision where all the kids get dropped off.
Sure.
But that's also the main road where all the cars are.
Yeah.
So he's not saying I'm standing here at the bus stop to intimidate you.
Right.
He just happens to be in that area. And, by the way, Missouri's open carry.
Yeah.
So regardless of your viewpoints on politics, you could still carry a weapon if it's legal.
Yeah. As long as you're not a convicted felon.
So, and then
I think even convicted felons should be able to carry guns. So
there's two sides, 2 points of view. So one of them is traditionally, we can say this, if you're a right-leaning conservative person, you are typically a supporter of the Second Amendment and the right to carry, and you're the gun owners. And traditionally, the left side hasn't been that way. That's kind of changing. Mm-hmm. And so I think this is a combination. This is someone who is saying, you know what? I am not following the mainstream. I'm saying F Trump.
Yeah.
And, by the way, I have a weapon too.
Yeah. Exercising his First and
Second
Amendment.
But he's also sending the signal saying, us on this side of the spectrum, we also have weapons.
Good. God bless him. I
So,
fully support him.
Yeah, I that's what I said.
Yeah.
I said he's not doing anything wrong.
Freedom is dangerous and sometimes offensive.
He didn't break the law.
Nope. And you know what? If
and the police didn't stop him either.
Well, good.
Right.
That's a good change from what I've seen in my past. What I've seen. Good for them. But I bet they were watching them.
My understanding is there wasn't anybody sitting nearby watching.
That they told you about.
Well, I mean, where he is,
but I wonder,
or where he was, there's no place for you to sit.
Okay, good. There's nothing wrong with it. Dude, there's nothing wrong with it. Somebody holding a gun is not, whatever, dude. I don't understand.
Right. But it has, to me, it has nothing to do with your political beliefs or spectrum or whatever.
If you're an American,
you have a right to carry.
Yeah, period.
And you have a right to voice your opinion.
Period. No discussion further.
And, I was asked by my wife, what would you do if he was walking through our subdivision doing that?
Yeah.
I said, I'd go out and have a conversation.
Hey, what kind of gun is that, dude?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to be mean. I'm just going to go out and have a conversation.
I might just wave and be like, hey, man, what's up? How you doing? Have a great day.
That's about it.
Yeah, I don't care.
So,
The people who get scared about that stuff are people who have no experience with firearms or exercising their rights.
Or the professional yellers.
Yeah. Male and female Karens. The people who get their face pulled back.
Mm-hmm. So the good news is there was a study that was released on the 11th. Okay. It's the first study conducted about how to measure toxic masculinity.
Oh, so okay. How do you measure it?
It was an Australian study.
Of course.
Okay. You know, I mean, and by the way, kudos to Australia for banning social media for children. That took effect. They just eliminated 5 million accounts.
They're going to ban social media for adults soon.
Well, I will tell you that here in the United States, the FDA, is it right? But I think it's unrelated, but I think you can start to see a connection. The FDA just removed all their statements about cell phones not
being harmful.
Yes. That's been all taken down. So things to come.
Look, if you're relying on the government to keep your children off social media, you have failed as a parent. Mm-hmm. You're a complete failure.
Anyway, about toxic masculinity, this was a study conducted with 15,000 men, and they measured 8 markers of toxic masculinity.
All right, let's see how many I get.
Okay, they're horrible markers, by the way.
All right, let's see.
Okay, marker number 1, gender identity centrality. This is how they describe it. Oh, by the way, this comes from Psychology Today.
So if I say I'm a man, I completely failed that test.
Gender identity centrality. This psychological construct measures how important it is for someone's sense of self to be a man.
Okay.
Number 2, sexual prejudice. This psychological construct measures negative thoughts about other people based on their sexual orientation.
Fail.
Number 3, disagreeableness. A personality trait that includes being unpleasant and offensive to other people.
Fail.
Narcissism. A personality trait that includes an increased sense of self-worth, often at the cost of other people.
I guess I'm a narcissist?
Hostile sexism.
Okay.
Overtly negative attitudes towards women.
Overtly negative? I think I'm probably covertly negative. I'm just kidding. I don't even know how would you grade that?
Well, I'm sure there are 8 markers, so I'm sure over the course of the study, they probably filled out like 200 questions that all leaned different way.
Yeah, probably if I would have taken this test, they would say I'm overtly negative.
Well, I'll get there in a second. Yeah. So the other one was benevolent sexism, attitudes towards women that are not overtly hostile, but still view them in a stereotypical way. Number 7 was opposition to domestic violence prevention initiatives, being opposed to initiatives helping prevent violence towards women in relationships.
Who would oppose that?
That's just one of the markers. Number 8 was social dominance orientation, a preference against equality in social groups and for having a dominance hierarchy within groups.
Oh, so just being a natural human being.
So those were the 8 markers. Out of this whole study, 15,000 people going through this.
15,000 Australians.
Yes, and New Zealanders. They were both included in this.
Even worse.
Out of this group, 11% of men included in the study showed clear signs of toxic masculinity.
Wow, that's terrifying. Only 11?
11%.
I'm hoping for like 99%.
Why?
To be considered toxically
I think you
masculine?
I'll give you this after we're done talking. You need to dig into what these definitions really are saying.
So I'm thinking the opposite.
I'm thinking you are.
If somebody from Australia is judging me based off this criteria, I would hope they say I'm a toxic masculine man. I would hope that I don't fit into Australia's view of...
Let's hope that there are other studies that follow up on it. So the largest group was called atoxics.
Atoxic, okay.
35%. These men showed low values across all 8 indicators of toxic masculinity.
Low values.
Not they have low value, but the study itself,
Yeah.
like the survey they took,
They did good.
the values were lower according to the markers that they had. It's like a personality test.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Sure.
And then the second and third largest groups, 27% and 27%, really, both showed low to moderate values across the 8 indicators of toxic masculinity.
So I don't understand what the parameters are. What's considered good? What's considered bad?
Okay, so the smallest group was the hostile toxic group.
Yeah.
That was 3.2%.
Mm-hmm.
That showed the highest values on hostile sexism, opposition to domestic violence prevention, disagreeableness, narcissism, and social dominance.
Okay. I still am struggling to understand. So the violence, domestic violence prevention. What is considered domestic violence?
Well, I don't know. They didn't put it in
study?
the article.
Right. So that's the problem with these stupid studies. That you could bend the statistics to mean whatever you want them to mean. So what's considered domestic violence to them?
Yeah, maybe you should find out, see if you can take the study.
Like physically abusing your wife, that obviously that's domestic violence and that's bad and you should never do that. Right? But who knows what the hell these people think is violent?
Yeah, who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, using Australia for a litmus test for anything is a tricky game.
Right. And I can't go any more detail or definition on it because this was all provided off of the website Psychology Today, and that's all they gave me. Short of maybe reading the entire study itself.
I'm going to Google real quick toxic masculinity test and see how I score.
Okay, I'll let you do that.
Do you have any toxic masculinity test? Here we go. ID. This test provides information on toxic masculinity for educational purposes only. The information is provided, quote, as is, and should not be construed to constitute professional services or warranties of any kind. Its representation does not imply endorsement of toxic masculinity. For more, please consult our terms of service. I understand and I wish to continue. All right.
The way I took it without looking at all the definitions and reading the study itself is that all of the news and the media and everything that's going on, the feminist crowd calling out men and just arbitrarily saying you're toxic.
Yeah. Everything's toxic.
I think what the study demonstrated is overall men are not what they say they are.
Sure.
So as usual, the media, which is representing 10% of the nation, is not telling the truth about what the other 90% are saying. No, that's not right.
They're trying to control a narrative. And I would say, like talked earlier, somebody injecting chemicals into their penis is literally toxic. That's what toxic means. Like you're injecting chemicals in. So here's the test. Choose your gender to start. Uh-oh. Already. This is problematic because there's only 2 genders here.
Actually, they did it right.
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out from the Supreme Court soon.
Facetious. Your answers are anonymized, and we do not sell your data. Make sure you answer each question honestly for accurate. Oh, I'll be honest. Personality type quiz. You find it easy to make new friends. Agree. You could spend days learning about random things that interest you. Strongly agree. When others are upset, you feel upset too. I guess it depends on who it is. Neutral. You aren't one for backup plans. Disagree. You stay cool, calm, and collected even when under lots of stress. Strongly agree.
I like this. While you're talking, I can drink my bourbon.
There you go. When out and about, you don't really introduce yourself to new people. You prefer to chat with people you already know. Agree. You don't like to start a new project until the first one is finished. Agree. You're a sentimental type of person. I don't think I'd say strongly agree. I agree. You enjoy using lists or schedules. Strongly agree. Making a small mistake can make you question your knowledge on a subject. Agree.
Now, see, as you're completing this and answer these questions, if I was to take those questions and apply them to the 8 measures I just described to you,
Yeah.
you couldn't fit them.
I don't think so.
Right. That's the beauty of the test.
It's
you
weird.
don't know.
It depends on... tests are designed to get a specific result. It depends. You have to look at who's funding the tests, who provided the commission to fund the test. Like, it's all manipulation.
Yeah.
You easily spark up a conversation with a stranger. Disagree. I wouldn't say strongly there. I can do it if I have to. You love talking about and analyzing creative works. Neutral. You follow your heart more than your head. Disagree. You tend to prefer following a daily routine as opposed to doing just whatever you want. Strongly agree. That's been clearly established on this podcast. When you meet new people, you worry about whether you made a great first impression. Strongly disagree. I do not care. You prefer solo activities over group activities. I'm sorry, Caitlin, but I strongly agree.
You strongly agree?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Last night we saw a group of like 10 to 12 buddies, like dudes in a row going like, hey guys, I found our seats. It was 10 guys in a row. And I looked at Caitlin and I said, I cannot even imagine having that many friends at one time. Like going out on a social event, like with 10 dudes all together, like unless it was my platoon when I was in the Army.
What's the question again?
The one before that?
The one you just did.
You prefer solo activities over group activities. I said strongly agree. I like being by me and my wife last night were sitting in bed. It was like, describe your perfect day without your spouse. And I was like, oh, I have a perfect day. Let me tell you all about my perfect day. You know,
all right.
Going for a long bike ride by myself, get breakfast by myself, go to lunch by myself. Like, that would be so great. You love watching movies that let you interpret the ending yourself. I disagree. I like a good ending. You get more happiness from achieving things yourself than you do from helping others. I disagree with that. I think I prefer helping others. You aren't interested in very many things. Disagree. You often worry about the worst possible scenario in every given situation. Disagree.
Oh, I would have put you at agree.
You think so?
Yeah, but I'm not the one answering.
I don't worry about it. I acknowledge, like, okay, here's the worst thing that could possibly happen. But
does it say worry? The word worry?
I often worry about the worst possible scenario in any given situation.
I didn't know the word worry was in there.
I mean, dude, that's my job is to worry about what could possibly go wrong here.
Yeah.
So I have to do that. You love taking up leadership roles. Strongly agree. You are an artistic type of person. Neutral. The world would be better off if people made more decisions with their feelings. I strongly disagree. You prefer to relax before getting into chores. Strongly disagree. You don't mind when other people are having a heated argument in front of you. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't mind. You like being the center of attention. Strongly disagree. Your mood is generally pretty stable. Strongly agree. You have plenty of patience for people that aren't as efficient. You have plenty of patience for people that aren't as efficient as you. Strongly disagree. You're spontaneous. Strongly agree. Even though I love routines and having a list of things to do, I'm very spontaneous when it comes to road trips and travel and planning for fun stuff. If it's something serious like my household income, my fitness, or work, I'm very rigid and make a plan. You have always been fascinated by the question of what, if anything, happens after death. Yeah, I agree with that. You prefer to be on your own rather than with others. Doing what? That's the question. So I'm going to put neutral. You love theoretical discussions and could engage in them for days on end. I think they can get kind of tedious after a while. But I'm going to say agree, because I'd rather get to a point where tedium than not have them at all. You have a hard time empathizing with people who come from a very different lifestyle to your own. I'm going to say disagree with this, because I think I'm a pretty empathetic person, to a fault almost.
How many questions are there?
It said it takes 5 minutes.
Okay.
When there's a decision to be made, you want to make it right away. Oh, it depends. Like right away if I have all the information available, or do I need more information?
Answer the question asked.
Agree. You tend to second guess the decisions you made. I second guessed my answer on that last question, so agree. Socializing quickly exhausts you. Strongly agree. You enjoy going to art museums. Strongly agree. You struggle to understand what others are feeling. Disagree. You like to have a to-do list for each day. Disagree. You often feel insecure. Ooh. Do I want to answer this on the podcast? Agree. You prefer talking to people on the phone over texting or messaging them. Disagree.
That's a challenge.
When someone has a different perspective on a subject than you, you genuinely try to understand where they're coming from. Strongly agree. You find that telling the cold, hard truth is more important than being tactful. Strongly agree. You're happy to go with the flow when your plans are interrupted. Disagree. I'm flexible, but I'm definitely going to question, why are we deviating from the plan? I need a good reason.
Okay.
Mistakes you made in the past often haunt your mind. And this is getting a little too deep for me, honestly. I'm going to say agree. Although that's part of my prayer life. You know, that's one of my prayers. You feel energized after spending time alone, engaging in solitary activities like reading or reflecting. Strongly agree. You prefer to rely on your instincts rather than sticking strictly to a set plan or schedule. Disagree. And I'll tell you what, this is getting a little long, so I'm going to finish this. We're going to finish this, and we'll record it and put it on Facebook. How about that? And we'll get my results on Facebook. So if you want to find the results, go to our Facebook page, like, follow. We're coming up on an hour and a half. So
big deal.
We want to go on the, what, big deal? Hour and a half?
Yeah, go ahead and finish it.
Oh, dude, I swear it's
I thought you said it was only 5 minutes.
I thought that's what it said, only 5 minutes, but maybe I'm taking longer. We're like 2/3 of the way done.
You know, just keep going.
All right. You often find yourself deeply contemplating the underlying meanings and implications of things rather than focusing solely on the surface details. Strongly agree. I'm very over-analytical.
I will tell you that while you're going through that, and I was re-pouring the bourbon here from the 6th Street Bourbon.
Yeah.
That cork, it's a real cork.
It's a serious cork.
It's solid on that neck. I mean, y'all heard it when I was trying to open it up.
What do you call like the darker parts? Is that the grain of a cork wood?
Yeah, the cork wood itself.
Yeah, the grain, like this is a bigger grain pattern than we usually see.
By the way, I think does cork only come from one location? Was it Madagascar? Is that the only place real cork comes from?
I would guess so, unless they're farming it. I don't know. I have no idea, but I know it's a cork tree. It's a certain type of tree.
But I think it's only found in Madagascar.
Wow.
I think.
And they're systematically burning all that forest to the ground.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Sucks, man.
Anyway, go, keep going.
All right. When making decisions, you prioritize logic and objective analysis over considering how it might impact others' feelings. I'm going to say agree. Almost strongly agree, but agree. You often find yourself worrying about potential future outcomes or what could go wrong in a given situation, even if things seem to be going well at the moment. Neutral. Depends on what it is. You often find yourself drawn to new experiences and enjoy exploring unfamiliar places or trying out new activities. Strongly agree. You tend to trust your gut feelings and intuition when faced with difficult decisions rather than relying solely on logical analysis. I'd say I think I strongly agree with that.
Paralysis by analysis.
Yep. When you feel a strong sense of empathy towards others and are often, you feel a strong sense of empathy towards others and are often affected by their emotions, even if they don't directly involve you. I'm going to say agree. This is why it was hard for me to work on an ambulance. You prefer to have a well-structured plan in place rather than leaving things up to chance or improvisation. Man, I guess this is situation specific on that. I guess I'd have to say agree.
I was going to say, in general.
Yeah. You thrive in dynamic, fast-paced environments and feel invigorated by challenging situations that require quick thinking and adaptability. I'd have to say strongly agree because that's like the only time I feel alive. When faced with a problem, you're more inclined to seek out practical solutions rather than dwelling on abstract theories or hypothetical scenarios. Strongly agree. That was like in the fire service, I would say, guys, it's not that hard. You put water on fire. Don't overthink this. Like, don't put yourself in a hazardous situation, more dangerous than what this job is, and put the water on the fire. Like, it's not figure skating. It's a blue-collar job, dude.
It's like the industry you and I are in now.
Yeah.
Scrap metal.
Right.
It's scrap metal. Calm down.
Yeah. Just we buy it, we process it, we sell it. This is not rocket surgery.
Right.
Come on. You enjoy engaging in deep, meaningful conversations with others, exploring complex ideas and exchanging perspectives. Strongly agree. You often find yourself reflecting on past experiences and considering how they've shaped your beliefs and values. Strongly agree.
I'm going to tell you that my masculinity is toxic because the survey is not 5 minutes long.
I know, dude. This is driving me crazy. Well, let's see. It's only been 3 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, see?
That's a toxic trait, Kevin. You need to put yourself in check.
Cool my heels.
You're inclined to take charge in group settings, assuming leadership roles and guiding others towards achieving common goals. Unfortunately, strongly agree. I wish I could just ignore it and go with the flow. You feel most comfortable. You feel most comfortable when your environment is organized and structured, and you may feel stressed or unsettled in chaotic or unpredictable situations. I feel like I strive on both ends of that spectrum. Like super chaotic or super organized, I'm great. If it's too ambiguous, I struggle. So I'm going to go neutral on this.
Okay.
You prefer spending time with a small group of close friends rather than attending large social gatherings. Strongly agree. When presented with multiple options, you tend to follow your heart and make decisions based on what feels right in the moment. That goes with like, are we talking about gut? I'm overthinking this.
Yes, you are.
Disagree. You enjoy exploring new ideas and concepts, often seeking out opportunities to expand your knowledge and understanding of the world. I strongly agree. You find it easy to adapt to changes in plans or unexpected situations, often seeing them as opportunities for growth and learning. Strongly agree. When working on a project, you value efficiency and strive to complete tasks quickly and effectively. Strongly agree. You often seek out opportunities to challenge yourself and push your limits, whether it's through physical activities or intellectual pursuits. Strongly agree. You prefer to focus on the present moment rather than dwelling on past regrets. I strongly agree that I prefer that. You enjoy engaging in lively debates and discussions, sharing your opinions and perspectives with others while also listening to differing viewpoints. Strongly agree. You have a strong desire for structure and order in your daily life, feeling most at ease when following a clear routine or schedule. Agree. You tend to be proactive in seeking out new experiences and opportunities, embracing change as an effort. I strongly agree. So I can see what's going on here. They're asking, it's repetitive, but just worded differently.
Right. To see if your answers are
consistent.
Yes.
Yeah. You feel, but my problem is I am immediately like breaking down the question and applying it to my life and like, well, there's certain situations when I do this or that or blah, blah, blah. That's why I hate these things. You feel energized and excited by social interactions, often seeking out opportunities to meet new people and engage in group activities.
Well, I will tell you that while you're going through
disagree.
that and answering those questions,
Yeah.
these kinds of tests, the Myers-Briggs and others, keep going. Just keep going.
Yeah, I'm going to go.
The Myers-Briggs and others that you go through, they're actually almost spot on when you look at the results.
Yeah, but those are like 300 question tests or more, right?
Where are you up to? Like 180?
No, dude, it's maybe 50.
No, you're farther along than that. They want to know how toxic you are. So
I want to know how toxic I am too.
Keep going.
All right, you tend to be highly self-critical and introspective, frequently reflecting on your actions and decisions and striving for self-improvement. Strongly agree.
Okay, silently keep going while I talk about the bourbon.
Go for it.
All right, so one of the things about the 6th Street bourbon that I really enjoy is the fact that it comes in a bottle that looks like a guitar. Mm-hmm. Comes with this metal guitar pick looking thing. Nice pretty little necklace on the neck.
Yeah.
Kind of gives you that feminine or masculine appeal.
If you're the type that wears chains or dog tags, I guess.
Yeah. I used to wear dog tags. So what?
Did you wear your dog tags after you left the military?
When I travel by plane, to this day, I will still wear my dog tags. Because I always figured when...
Son of a gun! I got to pay $1.95 to get my results for this?
Do it. It's worth it. It's for the show.
You're going to reimburse me?
It's for the people.
I'm writing this off of my taxes.
So, yes, even to this day, I've been out of the Army for 20 years, and anytime I travel by plane, I still wear my dog tags. Because I figured if the plane goes down and blows up in some way, when they're searching through all the charred bodies, they can at least pick me out right away because I still have those dog tags melted across whatever's left of me.
Yeah, they're going to be like, whoever was wearing this dog tags, his name was Kevin. It was attached to this hunk of meat.
Yes. You could still identify me quicker than others. So, yes, I still wear them.
Oh, man. This freaking scam.
Just do it.
Supercharge your journey with these exclusive ebooks.
Okay. Look, I don't want to hear that.
No,
just
thanks.
go ahead and fill your thing out while I keep finishing
I
my
could take more
talk.
quizzes.
So this whole deal, I really like the style of this bourbon and the bottle it came in. I like what they did with it because it's not only a guitar-shaped bottle, but they've got it etched in there, their brand. And with the guitar pick, the real cork, it's a large neck. And then, unfortunately, it comes in a box. And other than just the bottle by itself. And I'm not a fan of the box. It's just cheap cardboard and thin cardboard at that. And if they were to take it, you see like Booker's or Blood Oath, they come in these fancy wooden boxes and things like that. I think if they would have taken a single release like this one, that is a special release, and they're not going to do it anymore, make a plastic black guitar case cover instead of this cheap cardboard. And you know what? I'm going to buy it just because it comes in a guitar case.
That would be awesome. I'd probably pay like $10 more for it.
Yeah, at least. And anyway, so I just had to bring that up because I do like this setup.
This was a total Myers-Briggs.
Well, what's it tell you?
I'm INTJ personality type.
Okay, what's it tell you?
I'm a visionary creator. They are strategic, independent thinkers, skilled at creating and executing long-term plans.
Are you toxic or not?
That's what so I could go to weaknesses. My weaknesses are that I lack empathy. Shocking. Anybody who knows me will say that.
Right.
Tendency to overanalyze. Difficulty in delegating. That was one of my biggest struggles in the military, delegation. Impatience with inefficiency. Intolerance for incompetence. Who tolerates incompetency? What kind of weak...
Go to the bottom. Are you toxic or not? Where's the summary?
I'm trying to get there. The complete report. This is Judging and Perceiving, Outer Image, The Motivators, Kiersey's Temperaments, whatever that is, Love Life.
Why is Cinderella a terrible soccer player?
Why is that?
She keeps running away from the ball.
Oh my gosh. All right, on that note, folks, we'll see you next time. Student life. What is it telling you? Parenting style.
I will tell you while you're...
I should have done this before the show.
Yeah, well, we didn't know we were going there on the show, so that's kind of how our show goes.
It has nothing about toxicity.
Well, it sucks, because I'm getting real toxic right now.
Yeah. This was just a personality test.
Okay.
Let's see what the common careers are for me. Scientist, engineer, software developer, lawyer, judge, management consultant, strategic planner, business administrator, college professor, or financial analyst. I can see that.
You're no on most of them.
No? You don't think I would be a good...
You could be a teacher. You can be...
you don't think I'd be a good management consultant?
Yeah, I think you'd be there. Yeah, actually, I think you do.
Or a strategic planner?
Yep. Yes.
Business administrator?
Yep.
Financial analyst?
No.
No?
No.
I think I'd get bored too quick and just be like, I'm getting out of this office.
I think your breadth of knowledge is too narrow.
For financial analysts?
Yeah.
I mean, I did buy silver when it was $32 an ounce and bought Chevron before the invasion of Venezuela. I might know what I'm talking about there.
Okay.
I think I'd be a good judge.
Yes.
Probably not in the eyes of the U.S. court system, but I think I'd be very fair.
I think you would be a strict constitutionalist.
Yeah. I'd be like, did you hurt anybody? No. Not guilty. See you later. Did you steal anybody's stuff? No. Cool.
So anyway, I will tell you I'm done with that because you're not getting anywhere.
Yeah, this was stupid.
That was misleading advertising.
You owe me $1.95, Kevin.
So, nope. Collect. You paid for it by drinking my bourbon.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
My $90 bottle of bourbon. Yeah. So I will tell you the 6th Street bourbon, I actually enjoyed it.
I did too, man. How many stars?
So, well, I told you about the bottle and the packaging, and I really, really enjoy this. I thought this was really cool.
It's cool and original.
Yes. And
they didn't go overboard with the guitar. Like, there's no metal strings or...
No. It's just the bottle shape.
It's just the bottle shape and some nice stickers, but it's kind of understated, even though it is guitar-shaped.
Yes. So you have that, and...
They didn't go full Texas on it.
And we've tried Texas bourbon, and we have not been fans of any of what we tried so far.
No. We're talking 1 or 0 stars.
This one I actually enjoy.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think what it is the Texas bourbons we tried before, and which we didn't like very much, they actually used Texas grown.
They didn't use the
grains of
Indiana
corn or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. So this is all coming out of the old Seagram's plant. I mean, it's kind of where it's coming from.
They know what they're doing, though.
Yeah. And so all they're doing different is aging it and finishing it. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to give it 4 stars. I like it.
I really like it, too.
And I also like it because you're not going to find it, people.
No. Yeah, good luck. The only I'm like super surprised at the legs, the color, the aroma. Like this is to me is like a very well-aged Kentucky bourbon. Mm-hmm. And it comes
there's nothing Kentucky about it.
No. And it comes in kind of a gimmicky bottle, which I was prejudging. Like, yes. Oh, okay. You know, they definitely use some artificial coloring and artificial flavors in this. This is going to be some BS. No, I think they did it right. Mm-hmm. They did a good job. And I'm going 4 stars as well.
Cool. I mean, this is one distillery in which, well, the company, I mean, I know they call themselves a distillery. They're not, but...
No. They're a bottling company.
Yeah. I would be willing to try other ones from this company and see what they come up with.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job. Finally out of Texas. And what is it? Claiborne, Texas?
Yeah, Claiborne. Cleburne.
Okay.
Which is near Austin, I believe.
Yeah, good job, guys.
Because isn't that 6th Street? Do you know anything about 6th Street?
Yeah,
I don't.
Yeah, Austin, Texas, the main strip where all the bars and live music, and It looks straight down to the state house, where the, state government.
So it's kind of like Nashville.
It's kind of like Nashville, yeah. But if you stand on 6th Street and you look right down, I'm not sure which direction, but you see the State House right there at the end. But there's like open air bars, lots of live music, great music. The Toadies are from Austin originally. I don't know if you know that band.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of that style of music, some country, some rock, alternative. It's a big college town. University of Texas is there.
Okay.
And
is it flat?
I didn't see much of it because we drove from Fort Hood to Austin. So by the time we got there, 3.5, 4 hours later, it was dark.
Okay.
So I drove from Dallas to Fort Hood, which was like an 8-hour drive. Hooked up with my buddy. I was like, yeah, man, I'm glad to see you. We grew up together, and I just happened to be in Dallas for something. And
because if you go down the main street of Nashville where everything is, it's not flat.
No,
it's big hill.
Kind of hilly. Yeah, I would say it's flat. Like you can stand on one end and you look all the way down. There's the the state capitol at the end.
Gotcha.
And it's like tree lined on both sides. It's not as annoyingly loud as Nashville is. Nashville's like they roll the doors up on all those bars and you hear all the music blending together. It's not like that.
And they have the party buses going up and down the middle.
Yeah.
With everybody twerking out the windows.
Yeah, it's not like that. I definitely don't recommend Nashville as a fun place. But
well, hang on. I fell in love with the Grand Ole Opry when I went there.
Oh no, the traditional Nashville stuff is great. But the strip there where it's like all the people go to get drunk and be stupid, which is 6th Street is more college kids getting drunk and being stupid. But
gotcha.
And it's a lot of hipsters there. It always has been. It's been a weird, very strange place to be in the middle of Texas.
Okay.
But it's fun. Great food, great barbecue. If you like Texas barbecue, it's great. I'm not a fan. I'm more of a Carolina barbecue fan. But I do
like the vinegary.
I like more vinegary, but I love St. Louis barbecue, ribs, St. Louis style ribs.
What about Kansas City?
They use a little too much sauce for me, man.
Okay.
Yeah, a little too heavy on the sauce, and I'm just biased against Kansas City.
Are you a dry rub kind of person?
I do so my ribs, I do dry rub, spray it with some apple juice but then I do apply some sauce at the end to finish it with the sauce.
So when you're out there getting your Tweakments, is that one of the things you're asking your massage therapist, just squirt some apple juice on me?
Dude, I've had one massage my whole entire life, and it was extremely uncomfortable, and I didn't like it.
Oh, I love them.
No.
They are so comfortable.
I don't even like my wife massaging me. I'm like, what are you doing back there? You trying to choke me out? Get off me.
Sorry, Caitlin.
Yep, don't touch me.
I love massages.
Yeah. You're a weirdo.
But don't touch my feet.
No, definitely don't do that.
Touch my
That's disgusting. What the heck? That's beyond the pale there.
Foot massage is the worst.
I couldn't do it. I remember my mom, I don't know if that's this too much, telling too much. My mom used to pay me $0.25 to rub lotion on her feet when I was a kid. She's watching.
I don't want to know.
Watching Cagney and Lacey at night and Dallas and all that, and she'd pay me $0.25.
Watch out for my corns. Don't go there.
Oh, man. So that kind of shows you what kind of man I grew up to be.
Oh, my gosh. Matt, this has been a weird show.
I'm just happy it's snowing, man.
It didn't snow. It just spit, and it's gone already. It's all melted.
Is it?
Yeah, it's all gone.
Son of a gun.
It was melted by the time I got here.
It was pretty this morning.
Yeah.
And, I like it when it's wintertime, I want it to be cold. In the summertime, I want it to be hot.
Yeah, I liked the show all the way up until you took your little test because it was horrible.
Lackluster.
Although your wife learned a lot about you if she pays attention and listens to your questions.
She knows exactly. She knew the answers to the questions before I answered them.
Oh, I don't know about that.
She did. I promise you. We'll have her on the show one day, and she'll tell you exactly who I am. She knows me better than anybody else on the face of this earth.
We're not going to do that again for Valentine's Day, are we?
Yeah, let's do on Valentine's Day part 2. You want to? Because I don't celebrate Valentine's Day, so I got to give my wife something. On that note, Thank you for joining us. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, blah, 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 whatever. You heard our ratings. See if you agree. Good luck finding this bourbon.
Yeah. Good luck. And I'm going to tell you that there is nothing about this release from these guys anywhere on the internet.
That's
Nowhere.
very strange.
I looked for it.
It's almost suspect. Like, why wouldn't you talk about it a little bit?
I don't know. I think I just got lucky with it.
Yeah. All right. Good job, man. Thank you for bringing the bourbon, Kevin.
You bet.
Thank you for coming to my home and doing the show with me. As always, I'm having a great time.
Yep.
Saturdays are for the boys. And after you leave, I'm staying down here to watch a movie by myself.
Cool.
I might let my son come down and watch it. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, see you next week.
Peace out.